Is the economy eroding from within? Good evening, folks. This is Silver Dad Knows, and welcome back to another episode. So, as you read in the title, Buffalo Nickels and American Eagles. So, just to begin, we're always discussing the American Eagles. Everybody on YouTube is. Anybody who talks about silver, American Eagles are always in the talks. These Buffalo Nickels, however, I feel like do not get anywhere as near the credit that they're entitled to. So see, this one right here is 1920. The 1920 Buffalo nickel is one of the most intriguing coins and is the second coin to feature a Native American face. The coin is also known as an Indian nickel or an Indian head. You know, just real nice how they do this. I mean, mind you, it's over a century old. The Buffalo nickel was part of an attempt to give American coins greater artistic merit, and this was during the Roosevelt administration, since most coins at this time had simple designs, boring designs. You know, this went above and beyond for the era. This one has no mint mark, as you can see. So these right here were minted in Philadelphia. These 1920 nickels had a mintage of 63 million, right above 63 million. When it comes to these nickels, condition is absolutely everything in the eyes of the collector. This is why when presented with the opportunity to get their hands on a 1920 nickel, collectors will first and foremost carefully analyze the condition. And in circulated condition, these can range anywhere from $1 to $65. And then, of course, if they're uncirculated, you can go $75 plus into the hundreds, you know, $100, couple $100. But I really, really love those. I do have a nice collection of Buffalo nickels, you know, going from the 1920 into the Depression era, into the 1930s. Just beautiful coins, good looking coins, different. And they're American, you know. It goes back to true American roots, and that's why I respect the coin. So just want to do a quick shout out. This is for one of my loyal subscribers, You Had Me. And this is a comment that they made earlier today on one of my videos. Here we go. You had me. Money for us didn't exist until 1717. Any coin older than that was for international trade. Kings had coins, not us. You take a loaf of bread home, you'd be in deep trouble back then. We had nothing, and we liked it. As the story goes, let them eat cake. Expert leaders housed and fed us, controlled us 24/7 until the 1700s. Fact check me. Man, great comment You Had Me. I do not need to fact check you. I mean, I've read a lot of history. I know U.S. history, and it's like, you're not wrong. Expert leaders did, in fact, house and feed communities, controlled communities. I mean, just go back to Jamestown. So no, I mean, I don't need to fact check you. You're absolutely right. Society has changed, and up until the 1700s, that's when capitalism really started taking another form. You know, we didn't even really know what capitalism was back then. We excuse me. We didn't know what capitalism was back then, but that's what it morphed into. It morphed into allowing people from the middle class, from the lower class, to rise, to become wealthy, to become, you know, a version of an elite. Because right now, guys, we're living in completely different times. It's not like the 1700s, not like the 1800s. It's not even like it was 20 years ago, nowhere near it. Inflation has destroyed every economy since Roman times. Over half of people making over $250,000 a year are living paycheck to paycheck here in America. People are going to get destroyed when this economy collapses. We have a coming shortage of metal, and it includes gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. The highest grade reserves in the world, proven and probable, are falling in both gold and silver. This is scary because in a time when the world is going to need it, if you don't already have your gold and silver stash, it's going to be extremely difficult in future years to get your hands on it. This is going to affect industries and make everything more expensive. We're already living in a time when everything is getting more and more expensive by the day, even though national production is going down since cost inputs and commodities are going up. The economy is eroding from within. This is the great wealth transfer. Somebody wins while most people lose. Money itself isn't lost or made. It's simply transferred from one perception to another. 90% of the American public has little to no net worth, while Wall Street people create nothing, yet they own everything. Look at the state of the U.S. consumer. The amount of stress, the amount of anger most people have today that they did not have 5 years ago. They didn't have it 4 years ago, 3 years ago. America is set to change abruptly at any moment. At any moment. And it's going to happen overnight. Where just boom, one day to the next. You know what would have hit the fan and our lives are altered forever. You know, everything we knew as quote unquote normal. No, it's a different world. And had you prepared yourself? Did you stack up on food and water? Do you have guns? Do you have a lot of bullets? Do you own precious metals? You know, you have to be asking yourself these things. You have to be asking yourself these things. We're not living in normal times anymore. Whatever you imagine is normal, it's not normal no more. 1990. I want to start getting older years. The 1990 is definitely the oldest one I have, even though I have them going all the way from 1990 all the way to 2024. I chose this year specifically because, you know, they are unique. And as you know, the design has changed for the backside, for the reverse. All 1990 American Silver Eagles have 1 ounce of pure silver in them. American Eagles are amongst the most attractive and distinguished pieces minted by the United States. Its walking liberty, which you see right here, is based on the classic 1916 half dollar. This is the only silver coin guaranteed by the United States government for its weight, content, and purity. We notice Walking Liberty wearing a robe that is gently blowing in the wind. The American flag is draped around her shoulders and both of her arms are occupied. One is holding a bundle of branches and the other is invitingly, they're outstretching. They're outstretching and opening, you know, as you can see right there. The rising sun is slowly coming up to offer the hope of a new day. You can see the sun. Stamped with the words, liberty, liberty, and in God we trust. The reverse, which I was kind of discussing right now, the reverse bears the official coat of arms for the United States of America. Both of the eagle's talons are clenching an object. The left is holding olive branches to represent peace, and the other is holding arrows to represent the warrior within. The eagle is not to be reckoned with. You don't reckon with the eagle. You don't reckon with America. So I just love these coins. That's why I wanted to feature them this video, do something a little bit different, talk about the buffalo head. I'm going to be discussing more buffalo heads. I'm going to be, going down the years, showing the oldest to newest, in the coming videos. Just before I end this episode, guys, I do want to give another shout out, and this is to Goodings7793. And this is also from a comment made earlier today. Goodings7793. I'm 17 years old, and I have a deep understanding of what is going and how corrupted everything is. As my teacher always says, never trust the government. The government isn't your friend. They're simply using you as a pawn of their plan of obtaining the most power. Wow. Goodings7793. You're 17 years old. and you already have the capacity to think at the range that you're thinking. I mean, you're watching a guy who stacks on silver, cryptocurrency, a patriot of America. You're watching me. I'm already going to be 30 years old. I'm still 29, about to be 30. You're 17. It's like, brother, you are well beyond your years. Do not waste your talent. Do not waste your mind. Keep at it. Become a capitalist if you're not already. Keep stacking on silver if you're not already. And go in the direction as that good teacher of yours is telling you. They're on the right track. Never trust the government, because they're right. The government is not our friend, and they will always use us as pawns of their plan of obtaining absolute power. So folks, as always, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Silver Dad Knows. Buffalo Heads and American Eagles. Tomorrow's Sunday, folks, so hope you guys enjoy your family. You guys go to church, enjoy church. Enjoy your children, enjoy your spouses. And as always, God bless you. God bless America.